In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, I bear witness to the oneness of God. He's the creator of all things, the revealer of all truths, the sender of all prophets, messengers, and warners. I greet you tonight, my beloved brothers and sisters, in the Greek words of peace. Assalamu alaikum. For those of you who may be unfamiliar with those words, they simply mean peace be unto you. Tonight my subject is Life as a Blackman. And I'm proud to be a part of this great program. And they had me under a section that said that I was going to do a performance. I guess the only thing I'm going to do is an exorcism, because we're going to get the devil on up out of here. First of all, let me thank Brother Felton D and the crew for inviting me out to be a part of this. I'm so pleased and honored that the youth in our community, the talented youth who are trying to come up and trying to do something positive, would include me, an old head, on their program. And I really appreciate that. It's a great honor. I don't want to kill the festive spirit here, but it seems to be a serious theme, but at the same time, we're doing it through rhythm and rhyme and poetry and the arts. That's okay. I can get with that. So I'm not going to be long, but I'm going to be strong. I'd like to announce, first of all, that on Saturday, August the 5th, right here, 7 o'clock, doors open at 5, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan will be here to promote the Million Family March, scheduled for October 16th, the year 2000 in Washington, D.C. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and it will be free of charge. First come, first serve. Come on in, get in where you fit in. Life is a black man. I want to talk to you tonight about just being a black man in this world that does not respect us as men. It's hard being a black man when you're born into a world and you're already born with 2 strikes against you. It's hard being born black and poor in this world. Folks, we know the fate of Shaka Sankofa, also known as Gary Graham, was decided because he was poor. In this city, in this county, in this country, it is better to be rich and guilty than it is to be poor and innocent. This is the legacy that we have to suffer under. Life as a black man begins as a youth, where our mothers try to protect us, knowing that the object of destruction in this society and civilization has always been to knock the black man down, because they know that the man is the warrior that should maintain and protect the society. And as young boys, we come up aggressive, we come up strong, we come up ready to fight and ready to box and ready to participate in all of the athletic things. But what happens is that natural strength, that natural inclination we have is manipulated by Satan so that we wind up hurting ourselves and hurting others. It starts at a very young age. When we go to school, and after 4th grade, something seems to happen where Johnny, when he was smart, and Raheem, when he was brilliant, and Yusuf, when he was smart in kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade, then all of a sudden in 4th grade, he's a problem and he's sent down to special ed. That's where it begins. Then after they take him to special ed, then he starts getting tired of school, he drops out of school, and all times he gets involved in the streets. If his family structure is broke down, he doesn't know who his dad is, or who his mom is, or his mom may have problems, his dad might have problems, then his only family is his homeboys in the hood, and those in the street, and that becomes his real family. And what happens then is because he dropped out of school, has little education, not that he isn't smart, he just doesn't have the education of this world, then what happens is he is forced to take either a menial job that he can't support himself, his woman, or his family, and then he begins to get out involved in that dope game. The dope game. I'm not to condemn the dope dealer because that's my brother. But I say to him that we know that you don't bring the dope in the country, but it seems to find its way in our neighborhood. And we know that you go into jail every day. When you get caught with a little bit of crack, we know that the homeboy that lives down in River Oaks gets caught with the powdered cocaine. He gets probation, but you get 5 years mandatory. There's something wrong with that.
All right now.
So what we've got to do is understand what has happened to us. And as we go to jail, as we get these felonies, and as we get out of jail, it takes 2 years after you get out of jail, get off a paper to have the right to vote. And so now we are having our our right to vote taken away from us. Because we have felonies, we have a harder time getting into school or completing our education. Then we have a hard time buying a house, moving to a neighborhood, getting a decent job, even if we want to go straight. So we're caught right back in that cycle of crime again. That is life as a black man in America. We also face a situation where our life expectancy, these young brothers that are on these stages, I thank God for them if they live past 25 years old, because you know, like I know, that grandma and grandpa is now burying their grandchildren instead of us burying our grandmothers and our grandfathers.
All right now.
You know tonight, right there at the funeral home, whether it be Johnson's funeral home or whether it be some other funeral home, that some young brother is up there, some young sister is lying up there in the funeral home, and their grandmothers are grieving them instead of us grieving our grandmothers and our mothers. So now we're looking at a situation where you and I, we don't make Uzis, we don't make shotguns, we don't make Glock 9s, we don't make 9mm, we don't make these weapons, yet these weapons find their way in our community. And here we are with this aggressive propensity. We're trying to protect our neighborhood, a neighborhood that we don't even own, living in Section 8 housing. Life as a black man. We're killing up one another in our own neighborhoods, and now they come and they put us in jail, put us on death row for killing one another when we're not the ones who are manufacturing or bringing the guns in. That's life as a black man. And so now we have to find our way back, and black man, we must begin. If we're going to have life, L-I-F-E, and love, L-O-V-E, are one and the same. The scriptures say God is love. Is in mathematics is an equal sign. So whatever's on one side is equal to what's on the other side. So when you say God is love, you say love is God. If we had more love, we'd have more God. If we had more God, we'd have more life. If we had more life, we'd have more love. We'd have more God. We'd have longevity. We'd have beauty and quality in our lives. And we'd be able to make our women and our children happy and pleased with us. So as I leave you, I want to again thank Brother Felton D and this lovely audience and these brothers and sisters who will participate in this program. And I want to say to everyone that's in the house under the sound of our voice to please listen. No matter if you don't have education, no matter if you have a drug or alcohol problem, no matter if you live in the CUNY homes or in Kelly Court or you live in the hood, no matter what your problem is, always remember you really don't have a problem. You only have difficulties or a bad situation that you got to learn to manage better. Because the truth of the matter is, brothers and sisters, as I close, I'm going to tell you what a problem is. A problem is to be tried and convicted for something you didn't do. That's a problem. A problem is to be sentenced to death row for murder you didn't commit. That's a problem. If you think you got a problem because your boyfriend doesn't love you, or your girlfriend doesn't love you, or your children don't respect you, your mama and daddy don't understand you, that's really not a problem. It's just a situation you got to manage better. Listen to me, I'm getting ready to go. You got a real problem when at 8:20 they come to your cell to pull you out of your cell and drag you down to the gurney and put you on the gurney. You have a problem when at 8:26 they strap you to that gurney to execute you, and at 8:27 they put an IV in your right arm and let the solution start to flow, and at 8:29 they put an IV in your left arm and they let the solution flow. You got a problem when at 8:34 p.m. those are the last words you'll ever say to anybody, anywhere, anyhow. That's a real problem. It's a problem when at 8:41 they let the lethal dose of those chemicals that stop your heart, that make you unconscious, that kill you, and the last word you can say is, they're killing me tonight, they're killing me tonight, they're murdering me tonight. Those are the last words of Shaka Sankofa. So no matter what your problem is, whether you don't have a car or not, whether you gotta catch petrol or not, whether you can go to the movie or the dollar movie or not, whether your mama loves you, your daddy loves you, your sister loves you, your brother loves you, your husband, your wife, your children, whether you're uneducated or educated, whether you have drugs or whatever your problem is, you don't have a problem. You just got a situation you got to manage better. That's life as a black man. May we continue. May to God be the glory. God bless you all. Thank you for this opportunity to listen to me. Come on, let's have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate God in word and song and dance and poetry and all that we can do so we can be a powerful black people. people going into the 21st century, and a black man and a black woman can walk off and be kings and rulers as they were before.